Hello, everyone. Tre Gabriel here, and in this flawless February, we are celebrating our idols and inspire everyone, but especially with it being Black History Month, we are dedicating some time to Black mental health. And today, I am here with Bernadette Pleasant, who joined us today at Thurgood Marshall Academy Lower School. We together did a flawless workshop, the two of us, along with our founder Janine, and really just had a great time with some kids today.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it really was to see their faces lighten up.
Yes, indeed.
Bernadette, what I want to talk to you about today is I want to get more into your personal experience with mental health and just tell us more about yourself and your experiences.
Okay. I first of all, I love this topic. Thanks so much for the importance that is being put on this from your foundation. Mental health has been an interesting experience for me. I come from a history of people who did not value what was needed in terms of healing mental health. It was shamed in my society. I can remember in my family in particular being told, Black people don't do things like therapy. It was ingrained in religion and within my family structure. And I personally needed help. There was a time when I needed help. And I am grateful for breaking that chain and finding the help that I needed, even though that wasn't a role model, that wasn't modeled for me to get that help, to seek it.
Definitely. Now that cultural discrimination is something I definitely can resonate with. It's something that I've experienced in my past, and I am working to be more open about. Here with Flawless, we'll have more stuff as we work more with athletes in mental health. That's something that we're going to dive more into. But that's what we're moving towards. What you're doing with your experience in mental health led you to find FEM.
Yes.
So tell us all about FEM and how that's going.
Gladly. FEM is a body of work that I created from my need to heal. I spent many years with my therapist doing much needed work, and it was very powerful. And what happened at a certain point, quite honestly, I couldn't regurgitate my story anymore. We had digested it beautifully and done much work there, but it was time for me to do something different. And that something different I couldn't find. I was now at a place where I was healthy enough, having done the work, the mental health work, that I wanted to celebrate. I wanted to move my body. I wanted to move the story out of my body, and I couldn't do that in talk therapy. At this point, it was time to move, and so I found this work as my own continued need to heal and to want to share that with others. So we use African drums. We express emotions. What I found personally was the inability to express joy, grief, rage, confidence, desire, anything that we do what's considered too much of. It's shamed in society, and that I think that causes us to live what I call half-ass emotional lives. And in the walls of a FEM classroom, we learn to exercise the emotion and to rebirth ourselves, which is why it's called FEM. Birth happens through the feminine, and we get to change those neural pathways in our brains and get to experience what it's like to be fully alive, joyous, express anger and grief in ways that are healthy, and acknowledge the emotion that lives in our body.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's awesome. But so let's say that I'm in a place where therapy or mental health, kind of like what you and I both have gone through, we're just not ready for that conversation. Or what if I am, but let's say I can't get to a FEM class.
Sure.
What are some self-care, self-practice things that you do that maybe I should try to help better myself?
What a great question. And I think what is present in our society is a way that people say, I'm fine. We say it because we don't want to deal with our own pain and we don't want to burden other people with whatever we're experiencing. Unless we're feeling great, we will just mask that emotion of sorrow or anger, for example. What I would say as a self-care practice would be to really be honest with yourself, to have the compassion around what you are feeling in that moment, and share that with someone. For instance, if someone asks me if I'm feeling how I'm feeling, rather than say, fine, I'm going to take a moment and think about it and say, I'm actually feeling some grief right now. That's self-care for me. That's acknowledgement of how I'm feeling, and what it does for you is it allows you to show your humanity and perhaps say how you're feeling more honestly as opposed to brushing over. So one of my self-care practices is being honest. How am I feeling? How am I really feeling? And acknowledging that how I feel matters. I have a serious meditation practice. It is important for me to get still. I am doing much movement. I find that it is necessary for my body to move throughout the day. So maybe that's just a dance break, putting on a song, and maybe that's rolling around, going to yoga, whatever feels good. I really want to see a world where people are pouring into themselves and feeling like how they feel matters.
Definitely. I definitely want to touch more on the movement side of it. Just things that we've done with Dr. Bruce Perry. That rhythmic pattern, that rhythmic regulation is so important.
Yes.
And it's necessary. So it's very inspiring to hear that you're so into that, because it's just research saying how that can really regulate an individual and just get you into that emotional state that is more calming.
Yeah.
So it's amazing that that's the work that you're doing. So I have one more question for you, Bernadette, and I just want to know, what does a flawless world look like to you?
A flawless world looks like one of acceptance of ourselves and one another. It is a world that is free of judgment. It's finding humor in our inability to be perfect and enjoying that. Just rolling with it and going on. Keep going. No judgment here. Not getting stuck here. Like, look, I tripped and fell. That's awesome. Keep going. Keep going. That's flawless to me.
Thank you. Well, thank you for giving us the time, and I just want to let you know that you are flawless. So thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you. You're flawless too.
Thank you.